Good day. This is a discussion on another respiratory condition. This is the concept of asthma. Asthma used to be one of the three components of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. No? But as you all know, based on the update, asthma is no longer one of the three. So when we speak of COPD, this will only be comprised of bronchitis and emphysema, now excluding asthma. So asthma now as a disease condition is separate and distinct from your bronchitis and emphysema. Asthma is no longer a component of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Asthma is a condition wherein there is a severe inflammation on your airways after a person has been exposed to an allergen. So maglisod siya ginhawa because there was an allergic reaction to a known allergen. No? And as a result, inflammatory conditions happen, napuno og klima ang imong airways, maglisod og agi na ang hangin sa imuhang airways. So what could have caused asthma? Let's distinguish the causes of asthma into two separate divisions. One could be extrinsic and another one could be intrinsic. Ingon gani ka og extrinsic factors, these are factors that are present outside the person himself. So you can find these allergens on the environment. So example could be pollution, dust, pollens, or even perfumes of a seatmate. It can trigger an asthma attack. Chocolates, they can trigger an asthma attack. Peanuts, they can trigger an asthma attack. So there are allergens that are present in the environment that could lead to asthma. So when they are factors outside the person himself, extrinsic na siya. Kay naa may factors that are found in the person himself. No? Gikan ra niya. You call them as intrinsic factors. Example would be stress. So kung ma-stress ka, mutukar ang kubak, pwede na siya. When you have fever, okay, pwede na maka-trigger og asthma ang hilanat. Infection, no, pwede maka-trigger og asthma ang infection. Or even your exercise. Okay? Even exercise can trigger an asthma. So now, you know that there are extrinsic and there are intrinsic factors. These are your causative agents. So whenever these problems exist on sa may mahitabo class, this will activate your WBC system, your white blood cell systems of action. So naay inflammation, na-activate ang WBC. What specific component of the WBC is activated? So naamang kay lima ka klase sa WBC. Naamang kay basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil, naa kay basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil, naa kay agranulocytes katong mga you have granulocytes and agranulocytes. Which of these components of the WBC are activated when there exists an intrinsic and extrinsic factor? So it is specifically your basophil. Okay? So what does the basophils do? Kung naa kay activated basophils, your basophils would now cause the release of histamine. Okay? Mauna class nga mopalit ta og anti-histamine. Okay? Kung naatay allergic reactions, because allergic reactions and asthma, one of them, no, is triggered by the action of the basophil, which is a component of your WBC, which is activated the moment there are extrinsic or intrinsic factors. Okay? Now, you now have histamine. So what does this histamine do? This will cause constriction of your bronchioles. So it's the bronchioles that's affected in asthma. So when the bronchioles constrict at the same time, pwede na siyang magka-spasm. Okay, spasm of the bronchioles. And because of this constriction, because of this spasm, gahi di siya mubuka, no? Tuskig kaayo, spasm. So, di siya kabuka. Makasulod ba ang hangin? Dili. Maglisod ug sulod ang hangin. That's why you will have difficulty in breathing. Okay? You have difficulty in breathing. That's the result of the constriction and spasm of the bronchioles. So what are the manifestations of a patient with asthma? Number one, what could be an early sign of asthma? So unsa may early sign nga naay hubak ang usa ka tawo? The person will have hyperventilation. So mopaspas ang iyahang ginhawa. Moana siya. So that is your early sign of asthma. Now, unsa may epekto if a person hyperventilates? What effect does this do on your acid and base balances? Hyperventilate man ka, paspas. You tend to blow off your carbon dioxide. And if you blow off your carbon dioxide, you will develop alkalosis. Okay? So remember class, kanang CO2, no? Kanang CO2, carbon dioxide, once it is combined with water, you will form H2CO3. Unsa man ang H2CO3? It is a carbonic acid. Meaning to say, if daghan kag CO2 aw acidosis ang resulta, okay? Kung gamay ra kag CO2 aw alkalosis ang resulta. Again, ang CO2 once combined with water will turn into an acid. Specifically, you call it carbonic acid. Meaning, the more carbonic acid you have or the more CO2 you have, you will have acidosis. But the lesser CO2 you have, you will have alkalosis. Now, let's take this case. Gihupak ka, early stage. Unsay early stage of asthma nga manifestation? Mo hyperventilate, no? Kanang mo ana siya. So when you hyperventilate, what happens to the carbon dioxide? Is it kept or is it blown off? It is blown off. So if you blow off your carbon dioxide, if you lose your carbon dioxide, kung gamay ra kag carbon dioxide, acidosis, alkalosis. There will be alkalosis. Okay? Now, kung early sign is hyperventilation, what could be the late sign of asthma? It is hypoventilation. So hypoventilation meaning slower ang imong ginhawa. You're exhausted. Ikapoy na ka. Ganina, ikapoy naman ka. Hinay na imong ginhawa. So kung hinay na ang imong ginhawa, my question is, do you keep CO2 or do you blow it off? Diba? You keep CO2, you retain CO2, and with more CO2, more acid. More acid is acidosis. Okay? So early sign is hyperventilation, which can lead to alkalosis, while a late sign can lead to hypoventilation, which can lead to acidosis. What are other signs of asthma? The use of accessory muscles. Okay? Unsa may example of an accessory muscle? Your sternocleidomastoid, your trapezius muscles. So unsa man na siya nga cranial nerve? That's cranial nerve number CN number 11. Cranial nerve number 11. So remember this class, no? The only and the primary muscle for breathing is your diaphragm. Meaning, if a person uses his scalene, uses his intercostal muscles, uses his sternocleidomastoid, uses his trapezius, when you use all of these muscles, these are the use of accessory muscles. And when a person uses his accessory muscles, there is no other conclusion than the fact na naglisod na siya o ginhawa. So kung wagay ka maglisod o ginhawa, diaphragm ray ka trabaho. Pero galisod gani ka ginhawa, you use all other muscles in the body. And you call these extra muscles for breathing as accessory muscles. Otherwise stated class, a person in respiratory distress will use accessory muscles. A person who is normally breathing will only use his diaphragm muscles. O kani, asthma man. Lisod o ginhawa, yes or no? Yes, because lisod o ginhawa. Will you expect the patient to use accessory muscles? Yes. And what most commonly, what accessory muscle is most commonly being used in asthma? Your sternocleidomastoid and as well as your trapezius muscles. Okay? What else? Mulisngag ang ilong. Unsa man ang English ang mungisngag nga ilong? Widening of the nose? Unsa man na? Mungisngag ang ilong. Dilation of the nose. Unsa man? Nasal flaring. So ayo ikono ninyo og saka, kutob 8th floor, hagdan. Unsa ang ilong? Mongisngag ang ilong. So the wider the nose opens, it indicates the body's attempt to grab more air because you need more air. Nasal flaring. Okay? And restlessness. Okay? Kabantay mo ana class og nakapasyente mo og kanang mga terminally ill patients nga padung na gani kuan, padung na sila to their very last hour, you would see them very restless, no? Kanang dili na sila mapugong. In fact, class, mapugos gani ta usahay ana nila og higot, no? Mapugos ta ana nila og restraint ngano man kay restless na sila kaayo. Pero wa na nila tuyua ang restlessness, class. It is the body's reaction to the severe deprivation on oxygen. Okay? And the last, very common, wheezes. Unsa man ang wheezes? Wheezes are musical sound, no? Wheezes are musical sound on the airways. Okay? Remember, when you auscultate the lungs, you will only hear bronchial, vesicular, and bronchovesicular sounds. Okay? Bronchial, bronchovesicular, vesicular. Tuluran na ka klase. Kung sa luyo po ka maminaw, you will only hear bronchovesicular and vesicular. So kana ra yung klasiha sa mga sound. But if you hear a wheezing sound, that is already an adventitious sound. That is already an abnormal sound. Wheezes are not normal sounds. Now, this has been asked in the board exam. When are wheezes heard? Is it heard on inspiration or is it heard on expiration? So, what would be your answer? When do you hear the wheezing sound? Inhale, exhale. The answer is exhale. Okay, nganong exhale man, class? Okay. In asthma, there is spasm of the bronchioles. Okay, gahi. Okay. So, daghan sa kagplima dinha sa imong airways. When you take in oxygen, our respiratory system naturally dilates. Buka. So, dili kaayo problema ang pagpasulod sa oxygen to your alveoli because the lungs dilate when you inhale. Okay? Now, when you exhale, what does the lungs do? What do the lungs do? The lungs will contract, no? Musirado. Okay. So, if the lungs will sirado, can the carbon dioxide move out? Maglisod tungod sa spasm. So, as the CO2 attempts to move out in a very narrow airway, it will create a musical sound. And the musical sound are called your wheezes. So therefore, class, wheezes are musical sounds or adventitious sounds which are heard on expiration. What if there is no wheezing anymore? Nag-wheezes siya, o niya later on, what na may wheezes? Unsa may pasabot ana, class? It only means that there has now been a total airway obstruction. Okay? Now, in asthma, class, the way to diagnose asthma is the use of your peak flow meter. Peak flow meter. Ang peak flow meter, class, naa na siya certain zones. You will have to let your patient blow over a peak flow meter to the best as he could. Blow siya. Ana, niya na siya bula. So ato na siyang i-divide. Kung kani mao ni imong peak flow meter, let's divide that into 3. The first zone that you will the first zone is the green zone, then you have the yellow zone, and you have the red zone. So green, yellow, red. Dili na lisod memorization kay kita man tag traffic light. Unsa may colors traffic light? Di ba green, yellow, red. Okay. What if pag blow niya, okay? Pag blow niya into the peak flow meter, nakakita ka nga diri siya ni blow, no? You blow it here. You blow it here. Okay, diri ka mo blow. Pag blow niya, ang bula ni dagan padulong sa red. Oh, dito sa red ra kutob. Pag tayop niya kinakusgan niya nga tayop, ha. Pag tayop niya, ana, unsa may pasabot ana? Basta gani naa sa red ang peak flow meter, emergency na siya. That's an emergency condition. Peak flow meter at the red zone is an emergency condition because your airways are functioning by less than 50%. What if? Gipablow ti ka. Blow, blow, blow. pag-low, uy, niabot sa yellow. Niabot sa yellow ang bula. Unsa may pasabot. Okay? Meaning, your lungs are functioning by about 50 to 70%. Kung sa red, less than 50% ang nag-function. Kung sa yellow, 50 to 70% ang ga-function. So arang-arang na lang, no? So what do? When the patient's peak flow meter is at the yellow, you give your 2 medications. What are the 2 medications in asthma? Number 1, bronchodilators, pampabilangkad sa airways. Number 2, steroids to stop the inflammation. Okay? So letter B and letter C, BC, bronchodilators, C, corticosteroids. Now, if you have a bronchodilator and if you have a steroid, the question is, which would you administer first? Is it the dilator or is it the steroid? Asa may akong unahon og hatag? Ay, akong unahon ang steroid. Aw, tanga-tanga ka, ngano man. Kung maghatag kag steroid nya sirado ang imong airway, makasulod di ay ng tambal. Dili. So bilangkad first para masulod. Di man na masud og di na nimo bilangkaron. So bilangkad first, give your bronchodilator, isulod ang steroid para mawagtang ang inflammation. So remember the sequence. Dilator, then steroid. Sir, nakalimot ko unsay una. Unsa may naguna? Letter B, letter C. Una ang B. So you start giving your bronchodilator, letter C, to follow ang corticosteroid. Okay? Now, you let your patient blow, blow, blow. Uy, naabot sa green. Kung naabot sa green, what does it mean? Continue monitoring the patient because that is a very good result. Okay? So that is how to use your peak flow meter in diagnosing your asthma. Now, you have known the pathophysiology of asthma already, as well as how it is going to be diagnosed. Now, what we need to know now is how do we manage a patient who has asthma. Okay? Our first priority class, unsa may unang priority kung naay hubak ang pasyente. In your prioritization, you know, it's A, B, C, D, di ba? Airway, breathing, circulation. So what is the priority in a patient with asthma? You have to ensure a patent airway. Okay? Kinahanglan abli ang imuhang airway. So what do we give during an acute attack? O nakay kaila. Kunya ang imong kaila gihubak og kalit. Okay? As the nurse, ikaw may nurse gyud. Unsa may imong buhaton kung mupay pagtukar sa iyahang hubak. Okay? So usually class, kung no na siyang hubako, naagid na siya medication for himself. Naagid na siya mga reserve medications. Okay? Or kung naaka sa kung na siya reserve medications, you can start giving those reserve medications or prescribed maintenance medications. Pero kung naka sa hospital, unya ang pasyente is admitted, no, naka sa ER. Ang imong pasyente was admitted because of hubak. What do you expect to be given? You expect the patient to be given epinephrine. So naamoy nadunggan nga EpiPen. O kana epinephrine is a medication that causes dilation of the bronchioles. Okay, mo dilate ang bronchioles pero naa siya corresponding increase in the heart rate. Remember, epinephrine is a sympathetic hormone. Unsa may kalainan sa sympathetic o sa parasympathetic? Sir, maglibog yun ko, sir. Kanus a sympathetic, kanus a parasympathetic. For once and for all, kanus amang kamuingon simpa, kanus amang kamuingon para. You say simpa when this is a stress reaction. That's why this is called as the hormone for fight or flight. Okay, ang opposite for relaxation is parasympathetic. Okay. Unsa may mga sympathetic symptoms? You consider yourself kaihion ka. Unya, wa mga CR, moadto kas kasagbutan. Okay? Pag ngadto nimo sa kasagbutan kaihion ka, pag pangihi nimo nakakita kag duwende. O pagkakita nimo og duwende, muunsa man imong mata? Musiga imong mata, so there will be dilation of the pupils. Nya nakakita man kag duwende, muunsa man imong heart rate? Pulbaan ka oy. So musaka ang imong heart rate. Since disaka ang imong heart rate, what effect would this do to your BP? Muunsa man imong BP na ay duwende? Musaka pud imong blood pressure. Okay? What will happen to your skin hair? You will have goosebumps. Okay? Mangihi man unta ka, unya naa may duwende. Mangihi ka dili. Aw dili na lang ko mangihi kay naa may duwende. So urinary retention. Okay? What if ang imong tuyo malibang? Ningadto kas kasagutan kay malibang ka. Nya naa may duwende, malibang ka dili. Of course dili na ka malibang na ay duwende. So sympathetic ang constipation. Okay? O what if Ningadto kas kasagutan kay imong tuyo maglo-lo ka dito. Sa imong kasagutan. Yan na may duwende. Saman mo utog imuha dili. Dili. So relaxation of the penis. Okay? Because para utog is parasympathetic. Okay? Now, since na may ungo, will you stay or will you run? Oh, imagine yourself running away. You run away. When you run away, what happens to your RR? Your RR increases together with dilation of the bronchus. O, tanawa. What is the hormone that causes sympathetic response? Epinephrine. O, kung maghatag kog epinephrine, tanawa ha, ang pasyente acute attack naa sa ER, gihuba. Unsay tambal? Epinephrine. When you give EpiPen or epinephrine, what happens to the pulmonary area? Diba? You will have pulmonary dilation and the heart rate also increases. Okay? So EpiPen. Now, kapila man na nako ihatag ang epinephrine, sir? You give it 3 times. Okay? You give it 3 times in a subcutaneous route. Nganong ihatag man na siya during the acute phase? Because epinephrine is rapid acting. Resulta dayon. Pero at the same time, while it is rapid acting, mo resulta dayon, mutalab siya dayon, ang problema, it is short acting, muhupas rasad siya dayon. That's why, class, when the asthma is already on the latent phase, latent, the tambal now is your methylxanthine. Methylxanthine. Unsa may mga example of methylxanthines? Kanang theophylline, aminophylline. Oh, these are methylxanthines and they are long-acting bronchodilators. Long-acting bronchodilators. Meaning, dili mo hupas dayon kaning klasiha sa mga tambal. So that's why also, class, while your patients are treated for asthma, they may be given at the same time. You are given epi on one hand and at the same time a methylxanthine. Unsa may purpose? Para mintras wa pa ka-action ang imong methylxanthine, ni action na ang imuhang epinephrine. And inighupas si epinephrine, mo start na pud og action ang imuhang methylxanthine. Okay? So what is our takeaway here? Let us remember that when the patient is in for asthma, you first determine, is this an acute attack or a latent attack? Because if this is an acute attack, the tambal is epinephrine. But if this is a latent attack, the tambal is now methylxanthine. Okay? So aside from these medications, you can also stop the inflammation. Okay? How do we stop the inflammation? We give corticosteroids. So ang inflammation, class, is the work of the immune system. Meaning, no immune system, no inflammation. And that is how your corticosteroids work. It stops the inflammation by suppressing the immune system. Mauna, you have to remember this, ha? Maghatag gani kag corticosteroid, you monitor your patient for, unsa may akong i-monitor? You monitor your patient for infection. Ano man, immunosuppressant lagi na siyang steroid. So nag-inom gani kag steroid, dali ra kang mataptan og sakit because the corticosteroids works by reducing the function of the immune system. Okay? Number 3, unsa pa man? What else can we do? We give oxygen. High flow, low flow. High flow. Okay? Meaning 8 to 10 liters. So kung 8 to 10 liters ang akong ihatag nga oxygen, can I use a nasal cannula? Oh. Pwede ba ko mag-nasal cannula nga 8 to 10 liters ako ang oxygen? Natural, dili. Magamit ka og mask. Kusog kaayo ng hangin og mag-nasal cannula kadili nanon ka kahangos ana kay kusog kay ng hangin sa imong ilong. So kung high flow oxygen gani, it must be administered by way of face mask. Okay? And number 4, after airway, you do breathing. Okay? How do you promote breathing to the patient? You promote breathing by deep breathing exercises. How do you position the patient para mas makahangos? Flat on bed? Common sense. Flat on bed ba? No. It must be on a moderate high backrest or a high Fowler's position. And you also need to encourage oral fluids. Nganong encourage oral fluids man? Para muluag ang plima. No? Remember, any and all excess fluids in the body goes to the lungs. When it goes to the lungs, it can loosen your mucus secretions there. Okay? So class, this is asthma. And watch out for your next video on arterial blood gas analysis.